So either way, let's just get right into it, dude. And we're gonna start off with, as you can see from the title below, dual protagonists in Pokemon. So on September 29th, it was revealed on the latest episode of Pokemon Sun and Moon that the new Pokemon anime series called Pocket Monsters, same name as the original back in 1997, will feature two protagonists instead of one. And we should just kind of watch the trailer. You guys should just watch the trailer so you can see what I'm talking about.
テレビアニメ新シリーズ「ポケットモンスター」物語は全てのポケモンの世界へ。今度はダブル主人公サトシ。
俺は必ずポケモンマスターになってやる。ダメだ、ピピカチュウ。
そしてもう一人ゴー。
全てのポケモンのゲット、それが俺の夢だ。
パートナーは新ポケモンヒバニー。
やばいやばいやばい。夢と冒険とポケットモンスターの世界へ。レッツゴー。
ポケットモンスターテレビ東京系にて11月17日放送スタート。
So now I know you probably couldn't understand what they were saying, and it's the only trailer we could be able to find. It was in Japanese, so I went ahead and did a favor, translated it, and summarized it for you. And here it is. So at the start, they mentioned how there is just yet another Pokemon anime, and it'll be Pokemon anime for the eternity of life. And it cuts off just as the evil laugh is about to kick in. And of course, they also mentioned there's a new guy in the story, and that's it. That's pretty much the entirety of the thing. In all seriousness, it'll be a new protagonist. He'll be featured alongside Ash. His name is Go, and he'll have his partner, a Score Bunny, which is play right over there. Score Bunny is one of the new 3-star Pokemons in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and unlike Ash, Go's dream is to capture all Pokemon. That's a bit ironic, as you can't catch all Pokemon in the new Pokemon Sword and Shield game. You know, you gotta love how Nintendo just loves rubbing that in. Gotta love it, dude. The new anime will premiere in TV Tokyo on November 17th, and some more shocking news that the new series will also cover the regions within the franchise so far. So it's going to cover from Kanto all the way to Galar region. Now, I personally think this is will leave a kind of a sour taste in Pokemon's fans' mouth. As I mentioned earlier, the new Sword and Shield game will not include all the Pokemon, and as mentioned, Pokemon has gone on so far and stated not all Pokemon will be in the new main series game, and this whole entire thing is commonly known as a Dexit. And this alone can probably lead to like a 3-hour discussion on the matter, but either way, I don't personally watch the anime, so it won't affect me directly, but I totally understand the frustration of watching a show where, you know, there's a Magmar in the show in a battle, and then you go and you launch up your Switch to play the new Pokemon game, and there's no Magmar to be seen. I can understand that frustration. Now, I also understand that the game and the anime are not connected, but it would be incredibly naive to think that there isn't a correlation, that there isn't some sort of, you know, interest in watching the anime that would lead directly to either sales or people just playing the game in general. Especially with the younger viewers who are not able to, you know, come to that conclusion. Now, honestly, I'm a bit tied, as I also understand that from the storytelling perspective, that you need something new. You can't just keep recycling the same story plot. Gets old, man. I mean, how many times is Ash gonna go to the Pokemon League and then fail at the end, right? The second protagonist will bring a new dynamic to the story with many different possibilities. Will they travel together? Will they each have their own perspective, and then the anime will touch on each individual's perspective? Will they come in contact with one another? I mean, there's a lot of room to play as a story writer, and I'm sure that the team over at Pokemon is just excited about these new possibilities. But I'm curious to see what you guys think about about this whole thing. Are you guys excited to see like a second protagonist in Pokemon? I mean, do you watch Pokemon? Anybody watch Pokemon at all? And I think the most important question of all time, which Pokemon region is your favorite? And tell me why in the comment section below. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe and comment on the comment section below. But yeah, I want to open this up and let you guys know what you guys' thoughts are. I want to know what you guys are thinking about this. If you guys care at all. Oh, you watch it with your daughters? What? That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. What are your thoughts on it? You want to talk about it, bro? You want to get in? You want to get in Discord and talk about it? She likes Kanto region, dude. That's the best region, bro. That's the best region. That's the original. It's the OG. Thoughts on me, bro?
What's going on?
What is going on? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on dual protagonists in Pokemon?
I mean, it kind of reminds me a little bit more of playing some of the games, I guess, where you can, especially when we were playing like the multiplayer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think having maybe more simultaneous storylines and then having them linked together should be pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, for sure. I think like as a storyteller, like if you're writing like the new season for Pokemon, like having a second main character is gonna open up so many possibilities. It's like gonna be incredible, right? But like, is it too much for one person to handle? Like, it's already like the show's already enough with just Ash. Now you have two people, two sets of teams, two sets of struggles. You know.
So what? I think the bigger question is, what if everybody likes Go more than they like Ash?
That's totally valid. I didn't even think about that. That's a totally valid point. So then what? Go's gonna take over and they're just gonna retire Ash? That makes no sense. You're right.
I mean, they may not retire him, but it could. I mean, that could be a big.
That's true. That could be a huge shift.
Deal. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That's completely true. Because I mean, Ash has been there since the beginning. I mean, he's getting older. He's like I don't know if he ages at all in the anime, but he's at least in his 30s or 40s. Like if we were keeping count, like he's walking around with a fucking 12-year-old. I mean, I don't know, bro. How long are we gonna keep this going on?
Yeah, and that actually may be a shift. Ash hasn't changed really throughout all the series,
right?
And to really kind of appeal more to the younger crowd, bringing in another protagonist might be a good option for them.
I agree 100%. That's the other key thing to this is I mean that's like I mentioned in the article. Every Pokemon anime from like when it started till now has been Ash goes out, he deals with the main opposing team, whether it be Team Rocket, Team Magma, whatever it is. And then he goes to the Pokemon League and gets almost all the way to the end and then fails, and then it resets in the new region with new Pokemon, but same old, right? So this could be like a fresh start.
The other kind of is like I've seen them all up to this point,
and
Ash is kind of an asshole. Maybe this Go guy is not going to be so much of an asshole.
Ash is an asshole. Okay, you have to elaborate on that, bro. Because what do you mean? How is he an asshole? You gotta elaborate, bro.
Like he constantly is like demeaning his friends, being condescending, stealing people's bicycles, like doing all this shit, and then at the end it's like all of a sudden they just forgive him, like with no, he just apologizes at the end all the time. He's an asshole throughout the entire show, type of thing.
So I have a conspiracy with this, man, because Pokemon, Ash has caught like a large array of Pokemon. What if he has like a Hypno, right? Hear me out. He has like a Hypno like hidden away, nobody remembers on purpose, right? He does all this messed up stuff, and then like right when they confront him about it, he whips out the Hypno, hypnotizes them, makes them forget about it, and continues on his journey.
So maybe the Hypno was really his first Pokemon, and he just
exactly.
Just keeps that shit in his back pocket.
Yeah, it's like because I mean, what's really there's no real like unwritten rule where you're supposed to have 6 Pokemon only, right, in your belt. But like, who's to say you don't have like a little one stashed in the back pocket or in your shoe or something,
He's only got 6 in his belt, but he's got like 100 in his different pockets in his jacket.
That's what I'm saying.
in his socks.
Dude, it's suspicious, man. Ash is suspicious, bro. I never realized he was an asshole. I really never realized he was an asshole. I always thought him like this kid.
You gotta think back on it, he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah, like now that you think about it, oh my god. So what we got from this is that Ash is an asshole and everybody's gonna love Go. So we're retiring Ash. That's what we're getting from this.
I mean, if the shoe fits.
Dude, I think it's gonna be interesting, man. I honestly think so too. Because another thing is that a lot of like you just said, you watch with your daughters. Like a lot of parents like nowadays, because on TV they're gonna be showing anything nowadays. You start seeing like really scandalous things even on kid shows nowadays. So parents are more aware of what's on the TV. So having like a character that can both resonate with the adult and the child might also be in their best interest. Why and Ash would be like, obviously he's been there from the start. I remember growing up and watching Ash, on CW and stuff like that. So.
Well, and I've even noticed, an uptick in like some adult humor
Right.
sprinkled in that kids don't. Not a ton in Pokemon like a lot of other kids shows,
Hmm.
but enough to where like yeah, I can see that like they're slowly starting to transition it to be more of a wide range appeal for sure. And
Oh yeah, 100%.
because I think they can't really change Ash's character too much, so bringing in a new one
Right.
that can maybe bridge that gap a little bit is worth it.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I think it comes down to, because I mean,
Actually, now that I think back on it,
mhm.
there was a ton of adult humor in the beginning with what's his name, Bryce,
Okay.
and then it like tapered off when he had all the females with him, and then
Oh, you talk about Brock?
Brock. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Brock was dirty.
Oh, he was dirty, dude. He was. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like I think because obviously we're adults now and we understand the context. You know, we read between the lines. Like, obviously, a child, for the most part, doesn't. So they don't see that. They don't see that. But we as adults do. That's what I'm saying. So now more adults are being more involved in what the actual kid consumes in terms of entertainment, whether it be games or television or anything like that. So maybe that's something that's why they've kept Ash around so long. Because I mean, who's to say that every new region they just have a new protagonist? Why haven't they done that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is this the first time they're introducing new protagonists now? You know?
I just time change. Maybe it has been getting stale. Maybe their game sales have fallen off. Maybe their viewership has just dropped.
Could be. Yeah. Interesting, man. It's interesting. I don't know. I think it's gonna be cool. Like I said, from a story writing perspective, there might be more possibilities now. Like before, they couldn't do certain things because it's not an Ash's character, or it's not canon to the other season. So now they kind of have more room to play.
Right.
But like now that you mentioned the whole of him being maybe more popular than Ash, that's definitely definitely a concern. I didn't even think about that. That might happen. That might be a thing. Crazy.
Never know. We'll have to see.
Actually crazy. All right, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, subscribe. Appreciate it a lot. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about the new second protagonist in Pokemon the anime.